Hello again. The way I work with stress and anger management. Now, there are many people, they will split stress and anger. I'm an anger management specialist. I'm a stress management specialist. I find it very difficult to put a neat line between the two because many people who are stressed are angry. And when we're angry, we're stressed. Some people will say, oh, they might not be stressed, they're just under pressure. Well, to me, you're splitting hairs, because if someone's under pressure, they're under stress. Now, there are different types of stress. Some can be short term. It could be just a little bit of pressure to get something done, or it could be a long term. Day after day after day, week after week after week. Now, most of the people I see are those people who are undergoing long-term stress and suffering from it. Notice that word, suffering. Mental damage, physical damage. And again, all of those things are mentioned on this website. Have a good read about general adaptation syndrome, and you'll soon realise the dangers of long-term stress. Now, the techniques that I use are designed to minimise your reactions to stress. In other words, stopping you having those negative reactions, bringing all those bodily functions more back down to normal levels, but also your mental faculties back down to normal levels. So what techniques do I use? How do I work? Well, I've got a background in counselling, psychotherapy, coaching, NLP, clinical hypnotherapy. And I work with let's say, all of those systems. Much of the work I do is open-eyed, normal stuff. Some of it is light trance, guided, not hypnosis, but guided imagery. Getting your eyes closed, getting into a drowsy state and being able to see things clearer, or proper clinical hypnotherapy. And I must admit, it does surprise me how many people do actually opt for that full clinical hypnotherapy. Why? Because it gets most people where they want to be very quickly. Sometimes just 2, 3, 4 sessions, all the stress, all the anger is dissolved. Especially if I'm using something called the Flourish program, which again I will be talking more about later, but there is a video about it and quite a bit of information. So within the structure of what I do, there are different processes. As you can see, there are these different systems, and each one is listed, the responsive process, the Flourish program. Each has their own methodologies and their own price structure. But they all get people where they want to be very quickly indeed. Now, as well as seeing, people literally sort of like just off the street, so to speak, private clients, I also work with businesses, organisations, teachers, and I do see quite a lot of teachers because, well, they do get a lot of stress and hassle. You'd also be quite surprised at just how many other people that I see from public life, nurses, police officers, ambulance crews. You'll be surprised how many people I see from those areas who take a great deal of benefit from what I do.